Get ready to dive into one of the most fascinating chess openings out there. We are about to uncover the magic of the Italian opening. From its history to its strategic brilliance, this iconic opening has captured the attention of chess lovers everywhere. Join me on this exciting journey as we explore the ins and outs of the Italian opening. Each move is a step closer to victory, and every decision shapes the game's outcome. Get set to take your chess skills to the next level. The excitement starts right here. The Italian opening begins with the moves pawn to e4. Simple move by white to control the center. e5 from black. Knight f3, developing the knight and attacking e5 pawn. Knight to c6, developing the knight and defending the central pawn. Here in this position, white develops his king's bishop to c4. This is the Italian opening. This opening is a classical chess opening. It's named after its Italian origin and has been played for centuries, known for its flexibility and the wide range of strategic ideas it offers to both players. And today's video is an introduction for this opening. I'm gonna show you the two main lines that black has and the side lines. So the first main line comes after the move bishop to c5. This is called the symmetrical shape. Okay, the second line comes after knight to c6. This is known as the two knight defense, as we see. Now we will show the side lines that black has. The first one is bishop to e7. This is called the Hungarian defense. The second one is pawn to h6, and this is called the anti-fried liver defense. Also pawn to f5, and this is called the Rousseau gambit. Now let's go back to the two main lines. This is the classical variation. Okay, here in this position white plays pawn to c3 with the intention to play pawn to d4 to strike the center. Here in this position the most popular reply by black is knight to f6, and historically white would play pawn to d4. Let's see it. Pawn to d4, and after e takes d4, c takes d4, black replies with bishop to b4, giving this king check. And with a move like knight to c3, we are into the Greco gambit territory. And after many years of playing and analyzing this position, the players realized that this position don't cause any problems for black at all. So instead of playing pawn to d4, they start to defend the central pawn on e4 by playing pawn to d3. Okay, so let's go back again to the classical variation, and here in this position white can play b4, and this is called the Evans gambit. This pawn is not free. The idea of this move is that if black captures this pawn with this knight, okay, so the central pawn on e5 is unprotected, and can cause problems for black. On the other hand, if black captures this pawn with this bishop, as we see, this bishop is no longer on this diagonal right now, okay, and this is give the chance for white to play pawn to c3, attacking this bishop and forcing black to spend more time. And the next move will be pawn to d4 to strike the center. And also we should notice that this diagonal is open now for my queen, and we can bring our queen into play at any time. Okay, so let's see if black play another move instead of taking this pawn. Here in this position, if black take this pawn, so this is called the Evans gambit accepted. If black retreats with this bishop to b6, okay, this is called the Evans gambit declined. Okay, also besides this moves, there is a king side castle. Here also the most common reply from black is knight to f6. In this position we also have additional gambit. It starts with the pawn to d4, which is called Deutsch gambit. Also here in this position there is a move which is knight to c3. This move is not popular because after knight to f6, this is known as the 4-knight variation of the Italian game. So why this move is not popular? Because white likes to give this square, which is c3, to this pawn, okay, to control the d4 square and fight for the center. And now let's discuss the second main line, which starts with the knight to f6. Let's see it. Okay, okay, here in this position, the second main line starts with knight to f6, which is known as the two knights defense as we see. Here in this position, the advantage of this move is immediately attacking the central pawn on e4, okay? And the disadvantage is that g5 square is now available to white knight. When black plays this bishop here in this position, when black plays this bishop to this square, which is c5 square, this move is not considered at all because this queen controls this diagonal. So after knight to f6, we should consider this move to strike the weak point on f7 along with the bishop, and this is called the knight attack. Now black can reply in many ways. The main move is pawn to d5 to block this diagonal on the bishop. Here in this position white will capture, and here in this position beginners fall victim to this trap all the time, and they play knight take d5. In this position there are many tactical problems, and white here can play knight takes f7, which is known as the fried liver attack. And there is another option instead of playing the fried liver attack, which is pawn to d4, which is known as the lolly attack. So here in this position, instead of knight takes d5, black usually play knight to a5, which is known as the Polario defense. That's the main line, okay? Let's go back here to the first position. After black plays knight to f6 and we play knight to g5, here in this position black can ignore this attack and play bishop to c5. Very aggressive move known as Draxler counter attack. And here in this position white can also, with the main line these days, with the move d3 and defend the e4 pawn, and this is called the modern bishop opening. Finally, the more aggressive move, which is pawn to d4, striking the center. This move known as the open variation, in which white wants to open the center very quickly, and after the main move e takes d4, we have arrived at the Scotch gambit. There are two main lines and one side line, knight to g5, and this is called the Peru variation. This is the side line, okay, and e5 variation, this is called the advanced variation, and castle. We mentioned at the beginning of the video rare replies from the black player, which is like here bishop to e7, and this is called Hungarian defense, f5, which is called Russo gambit, okay, and h6, and this is called the anti-fried liver defense. Also there is a move knight to d4, and this is called Blackburn chilling gambit. So that is it as far as the Italian game goes. Thank you for tuning in to learn about the Italian opening with me. In our next videos we will be diving deeper into this fascinating chess strategy. You can expect advanced tactics, expert analysis, and practical tips to take your Italian opening to the next level. Stay connected for in-depth tutorials, game breakdowns, and thrilling gameplay examples that will help you master this dynamic opening. Don't miss out on the chance to boost your chess skills and dominate the board with confidence. Hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss the next chapter in our exploration of a chess opening. See you soon.